That don't help none.
All right, should be live now.
Yeah, we're live. What's good, everybody?
All right, everybody. So we got Baby Thugger and little ex Lugger on here today. He's gonna share a story with us of what it's like out there in Utah and doing time out there and stuff. So whenever you're ready to tell us a little bit about you and just like
All right,
what it was like out there in Utah.
what's up, man? My name's Lil Slugger. Born and raised in Ogden, Utah. I did my first stretch as an adult in 2009. Uh, I did 11. Came home. It was rough. You know what I'm saying, youngster going in there trying to learn how the ropes are and hearing from homies how the pin is as a youngster through the phone and letters and stuff. But when you get out there, it ain't everything they say it was. There's a whole lot of hype behind the words they send us. Uh, things was wild for a little while. Still young, still had an attitude. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Everybody knows how that is when you're young. So I went through a rough patch for a couple years, learning lessons, slamming my head against brick walls. Uh, After a couple years, though, I wised up. I started reading books, started educating myself. Uh, Learned the people to navigate with and who to keep in my circle and who to stay away from. Uh, I'll say the biggest thing I got out of prison was realizing my dream was a false dream. My attempt to achieve my goals as a youngster was to be a gangster, and it's not like Hollywood.
Yeah, that's for sure. So the group you guys are part of, or was part of, or still part of. So like, when did you join them? What age?
I started gang banging in 2002.
Okay.
I quit banging 3 years ago in prison.
So what was that like out there in Utah, gang banging?
Uh, for the most part, I never really left Ogden, man. But Ogden's little. We such a small circumference that, you know what I'm saying, if they're really beef out here, you're gonna run into it on the next corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying there's a lot of things as a kid growing up in these streets out here. Like it was really wild. People don't think just because we in Utah, shit don't get cracking out here, man. It's pretty wild. Especially nowadays, I see these kids out here. Nowadays, everybody got a gun. Everybody a shooter.
Yeah. So how's the prison system work out there? Like your Cali prison?
It's as for the inmates, it's not really too racial out here in Utah. Like they don't run by race. You know what I'm saying? There's white boys from every hood. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's who you grew up with and what you did as a kid out here. Like, you could be from anywhere. I know a couple white boys that are from Oriental gangs. I know a couple brothers that are from Oriental gangs. You know what I'm saying? It was just
Okay.
who you grew up with out here, who you did your time with as a kid. That's what you was when you grew up. So out here, there ain't no limits to where you could go and what hood you could be from like that, like most states.
So the hood you were from, what is it? Is it like northerner hood, southerner hood?
Nah, so we're just a home base hood. We're right here from Ogden. Most of us are Chicanos. There's there's white boys. We done had a couple brothers. R.I.P. Doughboy.
R.I.P. Doug.
We funk with the Sureños since the start of our hood. Like we banged with the Southsiders.
Okay.
In the prison, in the beginning we kicked it with the Norteños, the VLTs, the Cuvos, other Chicano hoods that weren't Sureños or Norteños.
So it's like the northern hood's big deep out there, or
There's out here in Ogden, there's a lot of them more towards Salt Lake and out that way. Here at home, there's what 3 hoods: OCC, 27, and Barrio Libre. I don't know any other little branches, but growing up, that's the Northeast that was out here, and that like growing up, a lot of those who were my best friends growing up. Just at school, they was the ones fighting the Sureños too.
okay. So the hood you were from, they did the same way. You got jumped in and all that stuff.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, you didn't get no passes. If you was from the hood, and it wasn't just one time. You show up at a barbecue the next weekend, there about 4 or 5 homies that was talking about. I wasn't there.
That's fucked up.
You get caught in the hood a couple times. That's how you know. Like if you make it past the cut, you was really with the homies.
Oh yeah. So how do they feel about like when people decide they're done?
It kind of depends on your circumstances. I left on my own accord. I felt I could do better elsewhere. I still talk to a lot of my homeboys. You leave on a bad note though. I'm saying don't let them see you.
Yeah, that's how it is out here too. It's really a lot of. It depends on really on the group and shit, but it's hard to be able to, especially on good terms.
Yeah, and most neighborhoods out here, they be the first. It be your ex homies be the first ones to try to clean you up before they clean up anybody else.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. So the hood you're from, what type of stuff do they like focus on? 'Cause I know like some groups they'll focus on like slanging heroin, others will focus on guns or shit like that. Like
So we started banging when fools came through Job Corps and stuff, like the Chiques and stuff came out here to Utah, and it was really just about standing our own. It wasn't about selling drugs or nothing like that. Some shit went sideways. Our homie ended up dead, and ever since then they just been cracking with them fools. It ain't really about selling drugs for us, or I should say for them. It's just more of a brotherhood. Everybody do their own thing, and something cracks off, they all there for each other.
okay, so that's a little bit different than out here.
Yeah, it's like that for a lot of hoods out here. Like it's more they got a group, we got a group. It's these are my brothers, those are your brothers. You fucking my brothers and me finna smash you and your brothers.
So you were saying that you went to prison what, twice or a couple times?
Yeah, I've been to prison twice.
Experiences there in prison.
Hold on, we're having technical difficulties.
All right.
What'd you say?
I said, how was his experiences in prison out there in Utah? 'Cause I know everybody has their own different like experiences when they go. Like some stress out and do hard time that don't really affect.
Really, it's a multitude of experiences. You know what I'm saying, when you in the box and you lose your grandma or your pops, like, you know what I'm saying, that's something people like us experience a lot. A whole lot of loss doing so much time. You know what I'm saying, those moments are moments that kind of open my eyes.
Yeah.
To really what life's really worth. You know what I'm saying, and just seeing a lot of foul shit out there, just within the community, within the gang community that I don't agree with, and just the changing of the landscapes with everything that goes on. Like, I just felt like I wasn't gonna be whoever somebody wanted me to be. So that's what led to me leaving and going off on my own.
Okay. So they be having like all the little wars like we be having out here in Cali, out on
Yeah,
the yard.
yeah, for sure. 9 times out of 10, it's an unnecessary little snide comment, little a little dope gone bad, and they just
Yeah.
ripples through the whole thing, and everybody with all their little buddies. Oh, this is my best friend. That's his best friend. And drag everybody into it till everybody out there on the yard.
Yeah, that's how it is out here too. Somebody will get in debt, won't be able to pay, or the people will fall off or not want to send money no more. You know, everybody's kicking it off.
Yo, that's the number one cause. Gambling and debt.
Yeah, that's the main thing to stay away from. Gambling, stay away
Sure,
from
hundred
adults, and stay
percent.
away from the punks.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, don't get in the sandbox.
Yeah. So, how long you been out now?
I've been out for almost 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah,
How long ago was it when you finally decided to turn your life around?
it was 3 years ago. Almost 4 now.
Almost 4 years. So what opened your eyes to finally make you decide like on this ain't going nowhere, it's not for me, or I put in more work than what I should have and benefiting from it, stuff like that.
It was it was just the changing of the landscape, the migration of the whole thing. Everything changed. People just started being with other people. It was just weird, bro. Stuff I never seen before in my life, and I just wasn't gonna condone it.
Yeah.
I kept a journal my whole time down, and one day I was rereading the past month, and I just read something in it about how I felt about how things were going with certain individuals and certain groups, and I just had to really question myself, like, why did I write that? Like, what was I feeling that day? Do I still feel that way? By the end of my little 6-7 hour escapade with myself in my journal, I realized I felt the same way a month later. And I ain't gonna bullshit nobody else, so why would I bullshit myself?
Yeah.
And that's what led to the first steps of sitting down with the homies. I was on rec with 3 other homies. We came out on rec. I told them how I felt. There are 3 homies that I love and respected. And I just told them, look, come Tuesday, I'm going to OMR. I'm signing modified. I'm saying, if you guys got to do your job, I ain't going to hold it against nobody. I had to do things I didn't want to. So, no hard feelings. If you guys got to do your job, I'm not going to stop you from doing your job, and I ain't finna run. And by the end of rec, I racked in with the homie. The homies talked it over. And the 3 of them was just like, nah, homie, if that's what you want, then go ahead and do your thing then, homie.
So do you ever like get to the point during the day where you're like, damn, I kind of miss that shit, or
Bro, I fought with it for a long time. I especially at the beginning, like, it tormented me, man, to the point where I was sitting in Max with just the lowest class characters you could find in prison, bro, and I just felt so alienated. Like, just looking around and seeing the people I had to live around because of the decision I made, like, I just felt like, fuck, I'm not like these people. Like, why would I have to live around these fools? Like,
yeah,
and it got to the point where I thought about suicide. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of emotions and shit I had to go through. But at the end of it, shit, it made me as strong as I am now. Now it's only probably weekly I think about going back to the hood. But it's just like with drugs. You know what I'm saying, like, you gotta make that decision every day to say no. That's what recovery is.
Yeah.
My addiction was gangbanging and violence.
Yeah. I be checking out some of these other platforms and shit too. I notice they be trying to like more or less get young to drop out and shit like that. But they don't give them like let them know what the repercussions and be for doing that shit.
Oh yeah,
And it's
no,
like,
I thank God every day for how my situation turned out. It 9 times out of 10, when you leave, you leaving with holes.
yeah,
It's not just gonna be you gonna go. It's gonna be we gonna take everything you got. We gonna treat you worse than we even treated our enemies.
yep.
So I thank God for the blessing of the way my situation turned out.
So if you say there's youngsters watching or whatever, what would be the main thing you would tell them, or you'd want to get them to understand before they even
Man,
decided to join into anything?
I say search yourself, man. Learn who you are. Before you make any decisions, you got to figure out who you are. If you don't know who you are, there's the problem right there. But you ain't gonna find yourself in a color and a number or your little moniker you get. You know what I'm saying? If that's not really you, that's just a facade. You know what I'm saying? And faking it in that world is only gonna get somebody hurt, get you hurt, or you gonna end up telling on somebody. If you ain't made for that, don't even try it. Stick to ball.
Yeah, because I know a lot of like the young, they don't feel the love that like at home that they think they should be
Of
getting,
course.
and that's what makes them reach out because they think that they're gonna get that like love and support elsewhere. And
Of course, and there's always gonna be somebody out there that will give you that false confidence and fake love to use you. 100%.
yeah,
Always gonna be somebody willing to take money out of whatever you do or whatever they could get out of you. Especially if you don't know who you are and you're searching. You gonna go through a lot of heartaches, a lot of heartbreaks. You gonna suffer a lot. So anybody out there thinking about this or think about leaving, I'll just say, man, figure out who you are. Figure out what you like. Figure out what your needs and your emotional, physical, and spiritual self is.
yeah. A lot of them don't understand those friends and homies that they're going to looking for that love is going to be the same ones that knock them down when it's time to go.
Yeah, for sure. That they gonna be the
And
first ones to put a hole in you.
hell yeah, and they don't understand. They also don't understand like you're not getting no passes. Like you do one little infraction and or you become to where they consider you no longer trustworthy. Saying game right there.
Yeah, yeah. You can't be trusted. You gotta go,
Yeah,
and you gonna feel left out a whole lot while they planning it because everything going on, they ain't finna tell you nothing. That's when you start to know like things are going bad.
oh yeah, you just start sensing it. And you're like, okay, what are
Yeah,
they talking about? And why are they making me stand to the side? Or why are they getting like acting funny when I come around? You pretty much
all of a
know it.
sudden they don't want me to hold the banger no more. There's a
Yep.
million cues, but why even put yourself in that position? Why, if
Yep.
you ain't made for it and you think you could be that, you gonna lose. I promise you.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody, bro. I found my peace with God and in my Bible. Man, get in your Bible and dig deep. Figure out what the holes are missing in your life. If you're not spiritually balanced as much as you are mentally and physically, you're off balance. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yeah. So
People
you were
think
saying that
Kevin
you
Gates
go
said
to
that. That's a quote out the Bible.
yeah. And you said you go to church what 4 times a day now?
I go to church about 4 times a week.
Oh, four
And
times a
then I
week?
got two Bible studies I go to also.
So pretty much like the energy you were focusing into your group, you're now focusing there instead, just rerouting it.
That's 100%. That's exactly what it is. As I tell we do a little service here at the park with the Revenant, my boy Bobby Phoenix and Chosen out of Kingdom Music. We just pull up at the park and talk to the homeless, feed the homeless, and anybody that shows up there. And that's I tell all of them. I got all this energy I used to gangbang with. I said, nah, I put that into my scriptures and into my studies, into my fellowship.
Yeah, that's good shit right there.
It makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody I can share this piece with, man, I'm trying to give it out like a drug dealer. I'll give it to you for free. I'll front it to you. I'll front it to you by the boatload. You ain't even got to pay me back.
Hell yeah. That's good that you turned your whole life around.
It's a work in progress, man. I still be getting caught up in my flesh. I still got a temper. There's still things to work on. Aristotle said it the best: "The man who believes he's done growing ceased to exist. Therefore, he becomes obsolete."
Yeah. So Baby Thugger, you be going to the church with him too?
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't be going because I'm too busy like with work and managing the YouTube and everything. But I've been wanting to get into it because, I mean, I'm not gonna say I walked away because I haven't, but I've been trying to find myself recently because there's some situations in my life that's been going on. So this is like my pops right here. This is my dad that adopted me and stuff. So he's just trying to guide me in the right path. I might end up going.
I'll drag him.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with it. A lot of people think that it's like a weakness or something by going, which it's not.
Yeah.
And people gotta understand that like there ain't nobody you gotta answer to in life except for God at that time.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to it. He's the only one you gotta answer.
That's true.
It's like everything else you're doing, you can be doing a million things positive or you think's positive in life, and none of that say matter when that time comes.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure.
Yeah, we be going on Sundays
all the way on the other side of the state. He in West Valley. I'm out here in Ogden, so it's kind of hard to really get him to pull up 4 times a week. We got our little Sunday nights right here where we usually do our little interviews.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like my whole thing with my hood pops is, he just got out of prison. I feel like I said, there's a lot of YouTubers on YouTube that they either give false narratives or they criticize themselves. They're hypocrites. They sit here and they criticize themselves. They'll say something and go do the same thing they just said not to do. And so with what we're trying to build here is something positive so people don't get that negative outlook, because I feel like it's a bad look when some people get drunk on live or something and they start calling their fans or their audience out of their name and everything. So we're just trying to do something that's real, something that's authentic, people that have really been through it.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. So like what, 5 years ago, right before I went back, I was already involved in the church before I went back to prison, and I had two of the churches that I go to were both like, man, you got a strong testimony, Preston. Like, I want you to get out here and talk to this youth, and I got a group of boys, and we want to do a barbecue and all this and that. And I'm like, cool, but like, you gonna have to find somebody else because I wasn't right at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was still out there gang banging. I was still out there running around with all kinds of women. Like, I wasn't ready to tell these kids the life I was leaving was wrong when I was still leading it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how things work, because I end up going back on a Brand New Fighter Life, 1 to 15, and 2 0 to 5s with a Class A. When it all come out the wash, after 10 months, the only thing they could get me for was a Class A misdemeanor.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I was only supposed to do 12 months. They ended up giving me 22 months. And I ended up having to do a removal. And me and one of the little homies removed somebody, and they gave me 36 more months. But it's
Okay.
during that time fighting the case and everything is when I came to my decision what I was gonna do. And then after I did it, it was like, man, why would you put me in this position? God, like, I was out there going to church, I was out there doing this and that, and all the positive things I was doing when I was out. I was staying home, I was working, I had a family, kids, and it was just a weekend of weakness led me right back to prison. But in hindsight, if I'd have just left it alone there 5 years ago, I'd have never had to go through all the struggles I had to go through. I wouldn't have had to go through the fire to be tempered.
Yeah.
Now I'm out here doing everything both my churches wanted me to do, and I had to go through all that for God to open my eyes.
When they say that when you mock God, he's gonna make you learn the hard way. And sometimes when you start thinking you're doing all the stuff, the church stuff and all that, and then you're still trying to play both sides at the same time, he's gonna make you learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And that was my little last 4-year journey. Was I was like, man, I try to put those dudes in your life and try to tell you then, but
I know they were having some phone trouble. It was cutting out on them, so let me see if they come back in. No, we'll wait a second, see if they come back in.
Sorry, my bad.
Technical difficulties. But yeah, man, if I'd have just heeded God's word the first time, I wouldn't have had to go through the fire.
Yeah. That makes people stronger too at the same time. So now maybe this time around you'll be ready to go talk to the youth and stuff like that.
Oh, that's how this whole thing started.
One that changes his life, you're doing your job.
Yeah, I got my partner work at the DT out here in Ogden off 12th, and that's my goal. I applied for financial aid and a grant to go to the University of Arizona Global for a bachelor's in behavioral science.
Okay. I just got my class stuff for Grand Canyon University for the same thing, for the Bachelor in Behavioral Science with family dynamics.
Yeah, and that's everything's falling into place, man. It's crazy because one day I was sitting here waiting on my boss to call me, and I seen an ad for Arizona Global with a grant, and I was like, you know what, man? If I don't do it now, say I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Let's say I'm gonna do it the next day. I might as well just do it now.
Yeah.
And it's just like everything's falling into place, man.
I filled out all my stuff in the FAFSA application and all that, and then just got the emails back. I think it'll start like January 6th.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, you too. Yeah, that's something good that helps everybody, especially if you got family and like younger nieces and nephews and stuff. That should help out everybody around you.
Yeah. We're running out of juice right now, bro.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for tapping in with me. We'll have to
yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm barely getting my feet wet with this. I figure if I'm gonna get out there and spread positivity and try to get out here, try to help some of this youth, try to save some of these kids, man, I need all the help I could get. So I appreciate you inviting us.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It means a lot, for real.
Yeah. And just stay strong. Keep doing what you're doing, because you already know what's gonna happen if you don't.
Yeah.
And
there's no more. I owe over 100 years. You know what I'm saying? It can't go back.
Yeah. just share your knowledge that you got and share that with the youth. And if you just change one person's life, that's all that
That's
matters.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
if I could change one life, I did more good than I could ever hope to.
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna end this live, and then we should kick
All
us
right, brother.
backstage.
Everybody stay good, man. Stay up.
Yep. Y'all think it's your boy Baby Thugger and we out.